This is the Idiot Entrepreneur Podcast with
John,
and Kelley,
where no one is smarter than you. We're all just a bunch of idiots figuring out business and life one day at a time. Welcome to another episode of Idiot Entrepreneur.
Wow, you about blew me out of my chair.
Yeah, that's my job, is to blow people away with my voice.
Yeah, wow, okay. Welcome, everybody. What's up, idiots?
What's up, idiots?
Yeah, happy 4th of July.
Yeah, today is the big 4th, and nobody's doing anything.
Yeah, basically, what have we heard? Virtual fireworks?
Yeah, how gay is that?
What?
How dumb is that?
Yeah, by the way, the term, I guess since you just said it, I'm just going to point it out. The term, how gay is that? That's
right.
Just growing up saying gay, man, that's gay. That was just a switch out word for, dumb or
It
lame.
is, yeah.
Which I guess, I can understand
correct.
how that's offensive to people, but,
yeah.
It wasn't ever actually referring to anyone as being gay. It was just literally, saying, that's stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Growing
I guess
up,
it's
that
not.
was the thing. You'd be like, that's gay.
Yeah, that's really gay. But in reality it's I have gay friends.
Right.
And I know gay people. I don't give a shit.
Right.
And you do too.
Yeah.
I think it's just being politically correct now.
I know. So if you accidentally slip like you just did and say that's like, oh shit, do we have to re-record?
Yeah, actually I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I know, I could tell. I saw it on your face. But anyways, whatever. That's gay. We said that. Don't get mad about it. If you do, don't listen to us.
Yeah, good point.
Anyways, yeah, so it's 4th of July.
4th of July.
Nothing's going on. It's really, really sad, really lame. People are watching videos of fireworks, I guess.
I guess depending on when you're listening to this is because of the virus too, in 2020.
That's right.
Yeah, I've never grown up and not ever having to skip a fireworks show.
It's crazy.
I know. It's freaking nuts. And I guess it is what it is. I don't know what the point of watching a virtual fireworks show on YouTube is going to do, or any live stream.
Mm-hmm. Not quite the same.
Not quite the same.
No.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I bet most people are doing nothing.
Yeah, drinking probably.
Drinking at home, getting drunk on their couch.
Barbecuing, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're actually working.
We are. We're doing something productive that's going to move us closer to our goals. So if you're not, you should feel bad about it.
Yeah, you should feel miserable and mediocre too.
Yep.
Absolutely mediocre. Move the needle, you fool.
Yeah, honestly, these are the days when nobody else is doing things, and that's when you can get past and will get past your competition. Anyone else out there doing the same thing. If you are, if you decide to work on the days when nobody else does, that is what it's going to take to actually do big things.
Absolutely, yeah. Moving the needle when nobody else is.
Yeah. So, all right. So I guess now that we've thoroughly offended everybody, let's get into today's topic.
All right. So today we're going to talk about forgetting about the past.
That's right. This is a really, really great topic.
Yeah, most people just can't help but live in the past, because it helps them make them feel just a little bit better about themselves and make them feel more accomplished. It gives them that sense of nostalgia about a time they really enjoyed life and life was great. And this makes them feel a lot better about their current shitty ass situation.
Yeah.
The realities of life.
Yeah, most life, actually, I read some really crazy kind of statistics on this, and I don't remember what they were, so I'm not going to share them with you. But, most people live a life in the past. Actually, all of your, this is sort of related, but everything that you do, 90% of what you do as a human, and I'm saying the average human, 90% of what you do are sort of pre-programmed things that you've just drilled into your mind to do, like habits. And so really you're spending each day of your life repeating the past, which is just insane.
Well, what's an example of that?
An example would be, okay, what do? Every morning You get up, you maybe make a cup of coffee, you brush your teeth, you put on your clothing, you get ready for work, you drive the same route to work, you go to work, you do the same stuff, you do all of these things. Maybe on Mondays you go to the grocery store, and then, then you go down and you have a glass of wine, and all of these things which make up the bulk of your day are literally things that you're doing the same every single day. It's like Groundhog Day. If you've ever seen
Yeah.
that movie, you're repeating the past every single day.
Yeah. So you mean following a mindless routine every day?
Yeah, I do. I'm sure you've never met
Yeah.
anyone who does that, have
Yeah.
you?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that compromises, 97% of the people on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
never switching up your. I mean, I realize, obviously, if you
Yeah,
have a
there's
nine to
shit you
five
have to
job,
do
yeah,
every
you
day.
got to go to work, and I
Yeah.
hope you want to brush your teeth every day, and you want to whatever.
Shower. Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's never breaking that pattern, never trying to intentionally shake up your routine and do something different, or have thoughts that are different than sort of those normal things that creep into your mind. It's either, when you have focused thought, you can change things, you can do things differently. When you just allow yourself to go on autopilot, which is what most people tend to do, and they let their minds kind of float here and there, you're literally just living in the past every single day.
Yeah, it's like everything's just it's like rewinding a tape and watching it over again.
Yeah, very boring.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Eventually you're going to get really bored, and
Mm-hmm.
which is why people relive their lives at a time when things were really great. Man, that was a really great time. The glory days. That song by Bruce Springsteen. Is it Bruce Springsteen? Yeah, the glory
I don't
days.
know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, that's a old song, but it's yeah, people just reminisce about when times are great, to make themselves feel better about really current mundane shitty situations.
Yeah, like for example, a lot of people, maybe they had a great high school year, they
Yeah.
were, the star quarterback, or they were really good at this or that, or they got an award or something. I mean, they will constantly be talking about that. Oh yeah, back in the day, cuz like it's the one time in their life when they've done something uh greater than just totally average and basic. And so they want to keep remembering that, because that gives them some sort of like, oh yeah, I've done something. But it's like, okay, what have you done in the past 10 years? And probably they would be able to say nothing, which is why they have to live in the past.
Yeah, it's like when you get your first cool car, you first got married, when times were great, when you forgot your first job, when times were simple and easy, everything seemed to go really smooth and happy. When you first graduated, and people just reminisce about those things for the rest of their lives, with really no action towards anything else.
Yeah, like why
I
why
mean,
wouldn't you just create something new that you could talk about, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you
Mhm.
can create a life that's different and much happier and way better than it was before, just by doing shit.
Yeah, I mean, when you're old, we'll say 80 years old, looking back on things, do you want to have to look all the way back to when you were, 18 years old? You probably can't even remember that far at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
right? If that's the only thing you've ever done, but I mean, if you live a life where you've actually done a lot of things and have a lot to be proud of, you might, if you're 80, you might be able to say like, oh, well, yesterday I did this, hopefully.
yeah,
You're still doing stuff.
yeah. Still staying active, engaged, and thinking all the time and
Hmm.
acting on those thoughts. Also the opposite I think holds true. Like, people always relive the negative experiences forever.
Yeah. No, that absolutely. When you were fired, uh, you were maybe broke. You'll say, "Oh, I'll never succeed." What's that?
Too fat and ugly.
Yeah, I laughed at that. Yeah, you're so
Yeah.
fat and ugly. You're addicted to drugs, or
Alcohol,
yeah, you're
all that
poor.
shit.
Like you just you relive all those negative things. You think, oh man, I'm worthless. I'm a piece of crap, and maybe you are worthless and a piece of crap. You
Yeah.
probably are.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
But
yeah.
you don't have to, focusing on that does you nothing, does you no good. Say good or bad, it doesn't matter whether you have a couple good accomplishments in your past or some bad things that you've done. It really makes no difference. Focusing on those in any way, shape, or form is useless energy, right?
Yeah.
Is the past is gone, right? It's dead. It's history,
It doesn't matter.
literally.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday doesn't really matter. 5 years ago doesn't really matter. 10 years ago doesn't matter.
Yeah, today matters
Yeah,
and what's coming matters.
yeah,
And
the now.
so focusing on that is just, mental energy you could be using towards things that are going to get you forward for tomorrow, for the next day, so you can have some new things to reminisce about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. The past is always in the past and it's always going to be that way. It doesn't matter if you screwed up in the past or had massive success in the past. It's always in past tense. It happened already. Great. Whether it was good or bad, move on. I think because saying that, the key point to remember is that you have three options. Number one is to live in the past every day. Number two is to let the past shape your future. Or number three, which is the most important one, is learn lessons from the past to shape your future.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important one.
Yeah, I mean, this was I picked this up in, I believe it was Millionaire Success Habits, which is a great book, by the way.
So a
By
podcast. Oh no 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 no
Well, it
no
is a
no yeah
podcast
yeah
as
yeah
well,
it
but
is
it's also a book by Dean
yeah
Graziosi. Really good book, and he talks about just the past again is in the past, and just think of it as research and development, right?
yeah
Whenever you do something, and we're not talking about looking 10, 20 years in the past. It's like, okay, let me look at yesterday. What happened? If you did something bad, if you did something good, whatever, think about it for a minute. What are the lessons? What are the takeaways? And then throw it in the trash
yeah
and move on, right?
yeah exactly yeah
And it's hard. It's easier said than done, especially for like things that have happened that might be traumatic, might be really, really bad, or even really, really good. But at the end of the day, thinking about those things are not going to do you any good in life. It doesn't help.
yeah. I mean, I used to fucking hang on to the past like it was no one's business. I mean, if I'm being honest,
Yeah.
for a long ass time. It's
Okay.
just
Did it help you?
no.
What did it do? It consumed probably your energy, right?
Yeah, it gave me honestly anxiety, so to some degree every single day, and worry, and actually not doing shit about it.
Well, I think the important thing to think about here too, especially for negatives, and the brain tends to focus on negatives, when you are reliving the past, thinking and focusing on those things that have happened, especially if they were not good, your brain doesn't know the difference. Your brain has no concept of what's past, what's future, what's present. And so I mean, this is scientifically proven. I'm not just saying
Actually,
this,
yeah,
that your brain, you relive that again as if it's happening now. That's why they say it's so powerful to sort of future cast, think about the future that you want and imagine it as if it's already happened, because your brain doesn't know the difference. So it starts to make, neural pathways and things to make that event true. You're trying to reconcile that with, your brain tries to reconcile what you're thinking about with your current situation, and it's easier to make your dreams come true that way. Same with the past. Whenever you're constantly thinking about the past, you're reliving that mentally and physically,
yeah, the
over and
stress.
over again. Like,
Yeah,
why would you put yourself through that? It's not healthy and it's not helpful.
yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I heard a quote. I think I read a quote. I'm not sure where it was, either in a book or online. It was saying, never worry about a situation because you're just putting yourself through it twice.
Yeah, exactly. I've
I
heard
mean,
that too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
similar is.
similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is 100% true. I used to do that a lot, is always worry about something, and then only to realize, oh, I had nothing to worry about after the event happened. You know what I mean? Or something to that degree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you just worry about shit, and then guess what? Guess what really happens? Your mind makes it a much bigger deal, and then the reality is it's not. It ends up not being anywhere close to what actually the real situation was. So you end up, if you worry about something, whether it was in the future, is something coming up, or in the past, odds are really good. It's not going to be as bad as you think. And also, why worry about something and go through it twice?
Yeah, I mean, you're actually kind of talking about the future in
Yeah,
that case, but
yeah,
yeah, in past tense, if you're thinking about something bad that happened again, you're
you're worried.
reliving it again.
Yeah,
So, I mean, just basically, if it happened, okay, whatever. Think about what are the lessons you can learn from that and move on. That's the very best way to handle it,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, the research and development, like using your past as that idea, that's a good point that you made. The really the the idea is to learn fast from your past experiences, mistakes, and move on. Is to learn fast from it. You can even just take a pencil and write down.
A pen and a pencil?
Wait, what? I meant pen and paper.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, thanks for
Didn't know if there
correcting
was
me there.
something to that.
Yeah, pen and pencil. Yeah, you just write with two hands. And just write down all your past experiences, whether good or bad, and what you learned from it.
Yeah, and consider that like closing the chapter, right?
Yeah.
That once you've analyzed it, like close that chapter. Literally imagine yourself crumpling up that paper and throwing it into that. I do this. That's why I'm saying this. Imagine it like you wrote it on a piece of paper, you're crumpling up and you're throwing it into a trash can and lighting it on fire. And just imagine that, because if you imagine it burning up and going away, it doesn't exist anymore, and you can think about the future.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, a good example of mentally throwing something away. You really should learn from the mistakes, the failures, the hardest times, the errors, the hardships, the wins, the great times, the successes, the life-changing events, whether good or bad, etc. I mean, you should learn from those things. Like Kelley was saying, you just write them down with a pen and pencil, and
Again,
pen and pencil with a pen and paper. What is it with pen
whatever,
and
just
pencil?
use any writing
Yeah, an
utensil.
iPad with a
Yeah.
pencil. Yeah. So, yeah, write it down. Just learn from your experiences. Really.
Yeah, I think just quickly a business example of not dwelling on the past would be, and this is something we've personally gone through, and kind of a way to fix it is if you lose a client in particular, that is one of those things that really stings, especially if you felt like you really did a lot and you really tried to make the relationship positive. It's really, really painful. And I know in the past we used to dwell on that. We really did. We would be pissed about it. We'd allow it to ruin the day, and we'd be thinking about it and talking about it for a long time. And this that we're talking to you about, not dwelling on the past is a work in progress, right? Neither of us do that very much, but it's from practice, right? And it's something that you have to continue to practice for a long time. So in the business example, we used to dwell on it. Now we don't dwell on it. Even you would be amazed at how unaffected we are by losing a client if we do lose one. And I don't mean we're not affected. Of course we are. It affects your business, but we don't take it as, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. Literally, we do what an autopsy, so to speak. This actually came from, I believe, Jim Collins' Good to Great is where I got that. But the idea of doing an autopsy is not an actual autopsy, but whenever you lose a client or a customer, you sit down, you write down what was good, what was bad, what you could have done better. And then from that day on, you don't speak of it. You don't think about that client ever again unless you're trying to win them back. You don't dwell on it. You don't cry about it. You just take down, okay, what can we learn from this? How can we make sure this doesn't happen again? And then you move on, and you do that quickly rather than dwell on it. Do you have anything to add to that?
I mean, I think the idea there is just to learn from whatever experience you went through, good, bad, ugly, amazing, life-changing, and literally, like Kelley was saying, write it down, analyze it, and then improve moving forward. That's really the key.
Yeah.
Past is in the past. You don't, and you ultimately you just don't want to be the person who's sitting at a bar after work reminiscing about the glory days of how life was good, and do that for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you definitely have seen those people. You might even be one of those people. So don't be that person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Create new experiences and think about those. Think about the future. Think about your goals. Don't think about all the dumb crap that you've done in the past, because chances are it wasn't even that impressive anyways.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for most people, I think the odds of what you really think was absolutely amazing probably really was not.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're being honest with yourself, so go create new experiences and a new life.
Exactly.
Yeah, screw the past. Do you know what time it is?
4:27. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's time for the
idiot fact of the day. That's a good part of the day.
Yes, time for our fact. Okay, so John, do you want to share the idiot fact?
Sure. All right, cool. Since you found it. All right. So the idiot fact of the day is gambling generates more revenue than movies, spectator sports, cruise ships, theme parks, and recorded music combined.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that's truly mind blowing.
That is
Actually,
a crap load of money.
yeah, that's a lot of freaking money. I mean, sure, I don't know if it's in the billions. I
Oh,
don't,
definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
total. And I wonder if gambling includes like lottery tickets, and things like that. Online gambling,
I would
probably.
assume so. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I would say playing lottery tickets is gambling.
No, it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
right.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
would
not
say it is.
even legal in like every state.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that I'm sure that's included, but that just goes to show what idiots everyone
Yeah,
is. Like,
yeah,
just hoping to get rich quick. It's that idea that, oh, if I just, maybe I'll strike it rich. And so they're forking out that much money and rather than getting rich, they're just contributing to this generating monster, this revenue generating monster, which is,
yeah.
gambling. So,
Yeah, I mean, I know close family members that would buy lottery tickets every single day.
yeah,
It's
that's
fucking
crazy.
crazy. I mean, the odds of you ever hitting, and the most they ever win is like maybe once a year. They'll win like $3 back or something stupid.
Yeah, I
You
won
spend
like a
hundreds.
thousand on a scratch off once.
Damn, that's pretty good.
That was really good.
How
Yeah.
much did you spend
But
to
I'm
make it?
reminiscing about the old days now. Shouldn't talk about
Yeah,
it.
you idiot. Stop reminiscing about $1,000.
Yeah, I know. It's not that great. So
No,
I don't
yeah.
know why I even brought it up.
I guess it was case in point.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, I mean, lotteries, it's one of those things. It's kind of fun especially if you like go to the casino, you want to
Yeah,
play a game. It's fun, but yeah, it's not really, there's no such thing as get rich quick.
yeah,
And
no
even
way.
it's even less likely when you play the lottery and gamble. So,
Yeah, good luck.
mm-hmm.
All
Okay.
right, that about wraps it up.
Yeah, rats it up, I think.
Rats it up. That about rats it
You're
up.
ratting it up over there.
Yeah, that about rats it up, guys.
Yup. So,
All right.
hopefully everybody has a nice, safe and boring 4th of July.
Yeah, watch the virtual fireworks.
Reminiscing about the good old days.
Yeah, when you could go outside and watch fireworks.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Actually, that's a good case in point.
Right, yeah.
Damn.
Well, all right. Yeah, so hopefully this helped you guys. If it did, please share it with somebody. Subscribe to the podcast. Write us a review on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks for listening, guys.
All right. Adios.
Later.